Put a lot of shots on net. Don't connect on a lot. I believe they're
like
at
bombs from afar.
2.96 goals per game. That's second worst among all Eastern Conference playoff qualifiers. And they got a few nice young pieces, but they don't have the depth. They don't have the goaltending that the Caps have.
Right. So
It's setting up for, hopefully, Caps in 5, at worst 6, advance to the next round.
They should advance comfortably.
On paper, yes.
But as Jason mentioned, they did, even though what they go 4-0 against them in the regular season,
Yeah.
they did play a couple
4-0.
of one-goal games.
Now,
One
what
of them went
concerns
to
me is that
overtime.
Mrazek has been hot, like in the last 11 or 12 games. I would rather he come into the playoffs nice and cold, nice and chilly.
Well,
He's been hot.
Like you just said, the Caps were 4-0 against Carolina in the regular season, but Tampa was 3-0 against Columbus and just boat raced them all 3 times, and they lose game 1.
Right.
So it's possible.
After holding a 3-0 lead. That's why the Stanley Cup playoffs are wacky and unpredictable. And
very unpredictable.
We probably shouldn't bet big money on the first round.
Right.
But we kind of did. That's where we are.
It could have been bigger.
That's true.
All right, let's go to John in Springfield. John, what's up, buddy? You're on with the Junks.
Hey, how you guys doing, guys?
Doing great. What's up, man?
Hey, I got a question for you guys. This might be a little controversial, but just hear me out.
Mm-hmm.
I've been a Caps fan since like early. My question is, if there's 2 guys that deserve to have their numbers retired, Peter Bondra and Ole Kolzig. They're based on personal stats,
right?
The length they played in the city, and what they meant to the city and the franchise and all of that. Now, we know Ovechkin's going to get his number retired. We know Backstrom will. I guarantee you they will. So do you think Bondra and Kolzig should have their numbers retired?
I think they do. I'm kind of with you on that. It's taken a long time, but I would assume both of those numbers will go up in the rafters. They just will at some point.
It's long overdue, don't you think?
Who are the numbers that they have? I know
they only have 4.
Yvonne Lebre up
they
there?
only have 4. They have Hunter.
They have Lebre, Langway, Hunter, and Gardner.
Yeah, only 4.
I would think Ole deserves to be there. And who's the other one? He said Bondra?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Peter
Bondra. So
I mean, he was our Ovechkin before Ovechkin. He was our Ovechkin before Ovechkin came. You know, before Ovechkin came, he held all the personal offensive stats for the team and the franchise.
What
I mean,
has been their take on that? What has been their sort of public stance? Why so few?
Ted Leonsis, when they retired Gardner's number in 2008, I believe, or 2009 it was, 10 years ago, he said, we're not going to the cup, you know, next year. Could it happen, 5 years from now?
Here's what Ted's worried about right now. He's worried about the Carolina Hurricanes, and he's worried about sports gambling getting passed in D.C. He wants to get his sports book up and running.
And hiring a GM for the Wizards.
Yeah, but that's going to be much more methodical. It sounds like that's going to be a drawn-out process. He wants to get the Green Turtle turned into a sports book with the quickness. That's what he's worried about. I don't think he's that worried about putting Ole's number up in the rafters yet. It'll happen
But
eventually.
I think it's deserved.
Oh, absolutely. Him and Bonds.
It probably should have already happened. I mean, do they typically retire a guy's number 15 years after they retired?
I don't know. I don't know the time frame on it.
Doesn't that kind of thing usually happen a little sooner? You would think. Closer to when they retire. In other words, when Ovi retires, that sucker's going up that day. I mean, it's immediately going up.
Correct.
You're not waiting 15 years to retire Ovi's number.
You wouldn't think.
Sometimes they wait, though, so they can make some money, have a ceremony, have a special day.
Okay.
Sell some bobbleheads, whatever they're going to do.
Okay, a few weeks.
Well, you wait
6
till next
months.
season, sure.
But when did Ole retire? 10 years ago? Bondra, when did he retire? 15 years ago? It's been a while.
I can't even remember.
Life is flying by.
I can't remember. Ole seems like more than 10 years.
Bondra seems like more.
Cakes did Ole?
Bondra played until 2007.
So that's like
12 years,
12 years ago?
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah. And what about Ole?
I'm looking him up right now.
Yeah, I guess Ole was
similar time.
Ole played until 09, so 10 years.
Yeah.
I are hosting a playoff viewing party for Game 3 at Church Hall in Georgetown. It's 1070 Wisconsin Avenue, so put it on your Junkies calendar.
Right.
Monday night, Game 3 is on the road. Hopefully the Caps will be up 2-0. You join us at Church Hall for a Caps playoff game.
And just knowing our last watch parties last year and how crazy they were, definitely Ubering to the event. Definitely. There's no reason for me to drive.
Just being responsible.
Yeah, it's called being responsible.
It's called being a grown-up.
Right. Exactly.
Order that Uber.
I may Metro it. We'll see.
It's a good way. Whatever. Don't drive. You need someone to usher you to
I don't
and
mind
from.
driving to Georgetown. Like I had an appearance on a Sunday, It was easy.
But not for a Caps viewing party, playoff
not at
time.
7 p.m.
You want to park in Georgetown on a Monday night? No, thank you.
No, I'm just talking about getting after it, enjoying the game.
Right.
That's what I'm talking about. Let's go to John in Bethesda. John, what's up, man? You're on with the Junks.
Hey, fellas, how are you? Good morning.
What's up?
Good. Hey, I just wanted to throw this out, mull it over. Who's going to be the X factor for the Caps in the playoffs? I would go with Connolly or Dowd, but I wanted to open it up to you guys and see what you thought.
I think Conley's a good pick.
What do you mean X Factor?
I've gotten
big
the
boys.
Who's going to be the Smith-Pelly of the playoffs?
I don't know. Maybe Verona.
Right, exactly. The Smith Pelly. Oh, Verana's nice.
Would Verona count? I think Verona would count. He had a great year.